If you were thinking about moving to Eagle, Idaho and wondering whether the new VALNOVA Master Planned Community will have an HOA, you better believe it will. For some people, an HOA is a must-have. They love the structure, the amenities, the well-kept look of the community. For others, it's an absolute deal breaker with too many rules and extra fees they'd rather avoid. So today, I'm breaking down what we know about VALNOVA's HOA so far, how it might impact homeowners, and whether it's something that could work for you or push you to look elsewhere. So let's dive in. So let's first talk about the monthly HOA fees. Almost every master plan community, if not all of them, come with an HOA fee, and VALNOVA is no different. Right now, the HOA dues are slated to be $240 per month, which would be billed monthly. That's almost $3,000 a year. Not inexpensive by any means. And if you're an attached home like a duplex or a townhome, you may have additional fees that cover exterior maintenance and landscaping around your home. Let me just make a side note that these fees can impact affordability even for those homes starting at modest price points. So it's definitely something to be aware of. And since VALNOVA is a brand new community, there is a one-time fee you should be aware of. It's a new home setup fee, which is 0.002% of the home's purchase price. Then once the community is built out, that becomes a transfer fee for resale homes. On an $800,000 home, it's $1,600 in purchasing fees. But at least there is no estoppel fee, which is a fee associated with the HOA providing a document to a new buyer or title company that certifies the status of the property's accounts. Now, before you panic over the price of the HOA dues, which are a lot, let's talk about what that actually covers. One of the perks here is that it includes a 1 GB fiber optic internet. You won't have to deal with the hassle of setting that up separately or paying an extra bill for it. So that could be $80 per month, a savings right there. You're also getting access to VALNOVA's extensive private amenities, which will be a lot, plus maintenance of all the shared spaces. So yes, there's a fee, but when you break it down, you might actually be saving money compared to paying for high-speed internet, full membership, and a gym access separately. With any HOA, there's going to be rules. The whole point is to keep the neighborhood looking uniform, maintaining property values and ensuring that everyone follows the same standard. Now, we don't have VALNOVA's full CC&Rs yet, which are covenants, conditions, and restrictions, but based on what we've seen in similar high-end Treasure Valley communities, we can assume a few things. Homeowners will likely have yard maintenance requirements, and long-term parking in driveways for things like boats, trailers, or extra vehicles might be restricted. They've also got a design review committee in place to make sure architectural integrity is upheld. These rules might sound like a hassle, but they're there to prevent the neighborhood from looking messy or unkept as the years go on. It's the same reason you won't see someone's house painted neon green or a rusted out car sitting in the front yard for months on end. If you're someone who likes complete freedom though, with your home's exterior and landscaping, an HOA like this might feel restrictive. But if you like knowing that your neighborhood is going to maintain its curb appeal over time and thus help retain your value, it could be a huge plus. I should mention this because it's a really big deal here in Idaho. The VALNOVA HOA currently will not allow livestock or poultry. I have a client right now selling her home she has owned for 20 years because the neighborhood won't allow her to get chickens. This is no joke. People love their chickens here, and this can turn into a major challenge when searching for the right home for my clients. In a nutshell, if you want chickens, let's look elsewhere. Speaking of curb appeal, let's talk about exterior customization, because in an HOA community, there are usually limits to what you can do. Now, if you're building a home in Lindale or Muirhaven, which are two of VALNOVA's neighborhoods, you'll be choosing from predetermined exterior designs. That means the builder has already set certain style guidelines, and while you likely have options to choose from, you won't have total freedom to customize every detail. For semi-custom homes, there's usually a little bit more flexibility, but it still won't be a free-for-all. You'll be selecting from a predetermined palette of exterior designs and colors, and there will be restrictions to prevent two identical homes from being built right next to each other. Now, if you're dreaming of something completely unique, like a custom candy striped house or a purple front door, you'll definitely want to check the HOA guidelines first, because I'm guessing those aren't allowed. One of the biggest questions I get from investors or buyers looking for a little extra income is, can I rent my home out as an Airbnb? Right now, we don't have a clear answer on VALNOVA's rental policies, but most master plan communities in the Treasure Valley have restrictions on short-term rentals at a minimum. Some limit the number of homes that can be rented out, while others ban Airbnbs and VRBOs altogether. If rental income is a big part of your plan, you'll want to confirm what you're getting before you buy. The last thing you want to do is purchase a home assuming you can use it as an investment only to find out later that the HOA says no. In most cases, though, traditional long-term rentals are allowed. Some HOAs are pretty relaxed, while others are strictly enforced, and that can mean fines for breaking the rules. At VALNOVA, we can expect the usual enforcement policies that are a little tighter, which might include fines for things like unapproved fences or leaving trash bins out too long or failing to maintain your yard. Yard is usually the biggest one, or those portable basketball nets that you can move around in your driveway but inevitably blow over in the wind. And I'll be honest, this can be frustrating. In my own neighborhood, we've gotten multiple letters because there are weeds growing behind a berm in our backyard that we can't even see. Apparently someone from the HOA walks along the common walkway behind our home, climbs through the common area trees, peeks through the fence and spots them and sends us a letter. So yeah, some HOAs take things a little too seriously. If you're someone who hates the idea of HOA telling you what to do, this might be something to consider. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Erica Toffel, Global Real Estate Advisor with Group 1 Sotheby's International Realty. I specialize in new construction and new communities like VALNOVA when helping people relocate to Eagle, Idaho. If you need help with any of your real estate needs, send me a text, write me an email, give me a call. My info is on the screen. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And if you're watching on your television, you can scan the QR code to contact me directly. I'm also over on Instagram at Erica Toffel Real Estate, dropping daily content on life and real estate in the Treasure Valley. A lot of buyers look at an HOA fee and assume it's set in stone, but that's rarely the case. HOA fees usually go up over time, especially as maintenance costs increase. Right now, VALNOVA is slated for $240 per month, but as new amenities get added or as costs for landscaping and services increase, that number could change. At the onset of these communities, they typically build in a cushion that already addresses added new amenities as they come online. But again, maintenance costs are a big thing. There was a huge increase in costs during and after the pandemic, so HOAs across the valley saw increases in their dues to keep up with the inflation. In some communities, there's a cap on annual increases, while others don't have a limit at all. It's worth asking how the HOA plans for future expenses and whether they have a reserve fund in place to cover major repairs. Now, I know I've talked a lot about challenges of an HOA, but there's a reason people still buy in these communities. They come with some pretty amazing perks. VALNOVA is offering total resort-style amenities, including a 2.5-acre recreation lake with a beach area, an indoor-outdoor pool, a fitness center, and even an overwater boathouse. There are also pickleball courts, tennis courts, regional trails, parks, and playgrounds, basically everything you need for an active outdoor lifestyle. If those kind of amenities matter to you, an HOA might be worth it, even with the extra rules. So what do you think? I'd love to know. How do you feel about HOAs? Are you a fan of the structure and the amenities, or do you feel like they're too restrictive? Let me know in the comments. I will continue to bring you updates on the VALNOVA Master Planned Community as we get them. But in the meantime, for more information on living in Eagle, Idaho and the Treasure Valley, click on one of the other videos on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.